Hey everybody, this is Ken and we're in my garage again. We're working on the 46 Ford wipers. Getting really close. Want to see it? There it is. Hood's on. I didn't put the jail bar grills down there because it's getting a big winch there instead. And I'm going to put some sort of mesh or screen in there. We'll figure that out. But for the wipers, it came with one vacuum wiper canister thingy, and the other one was gone, and that one was in a box. So I went out and bought these Union Pacific universal wiper motors, and we're going to try to stick those in. A couple of problems. There's nothing for this to hook onto to keep the motor from spinning. So we're just going to try to clamp it down really hard and make it work. Also, the shaft is way too long, and that's what we're going to be doing now, is shortening the shaft. I've already did some of the wiring, just so it's easier to do it here on the desk than it is underneath the cab. And then I'll put it all into the cab and finish it up. But I couldn't find too much on how to do this, shorten this. So I'm going to bring you down here. Oh, I want to show you one more thing before we do that. In order to get the proper angle on here, I found these pieces, which are a stock 46 Ford truck piece. And they go onto the shaft and set your angle the way it mounts in that hole. And so that's what we're going to do for setting our angle. And then on top, I found they don't make the bezel that goes on top for these Ford trucks anymore. Nobody could get one for me. CW Moss couldn't. I finally called up some old guy's website, and he said they don't make them. So anyway, I ordered these ones, which are for a sedan, and he told me specifically they were the wrong bevel, the wrong angle. You see they're beveled. But I found that if I put the smooth side against the cowl, when it is actually the flat side that's supposed to be there, that then the angle is again correct for my shaft and this piece. So these two angles will work together to give me the proper position for the motor. So these are for a sedan. If you're working on a truck, order the sedan ones, turn them upside down. Now you think, oh God, it's going to show all this garbage that's on the back, but a washer goes there and then a nut so you don't see it. So there's your tip. You'll see it all when it's done too, so you'll be able to judge and see if you want to do it for yourself. All right, so let's get this apart. Let me bring you in here close so you can see what we're doing. All right, first I'm going to put on my glasses so I can see the little bitty screws. Then I'm going to take the back of the motor off. But my little one's out in the trailer. All right, we know where that one went. Oh, come on. It can't be that tight. They're tiny. All right. Can't get a good angle on that one, so let's just do it by hand. Didn't strip it, thank goodness. You know, one of the drawbacks to doing this in my garage in the summer is that it's getting hot. It's going to be like 96 or some stupid something like that. All right, we need to get that off of there. This is just a rubber grommet. You just pull it off. It's integral to putting it on there without letting water through, but we don't want it on there right now. There we go. All right. There is our shaft. And we got a chance to inspect the motor this way too. And they do have some grease in there. One of the other interweb guys said he didn't show how to take it apart or show anything he was doing, but he said that the grease was just a ball in there. But this looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how that's distributed around. Here's your shaft, so we'll be able to cut that down to size. But first, we're going to do that one. Let me get a rag. And let me get the screw. Okay, down. I'm back. All right. Now I've marked this one. I think I'm going to hold it up next to this one and mark it too before I get carried away and mess something up. So we'll get those out of the way. Put them side by side. That's where I'm going to cut that one. So that's about right there. All right, now they both got a black mark on them. All right. I'm going to go ahead and clamp the side I'm not going to need in the jaws so I don't mess up the side that I need. Might be a good idea to even screw a nut down on there. That helps. After I cut this, I can screw the nut off, and if I've messed up any of the threads or bent them over, the nut should straighten them out. We're going to stick it over here in this vise. You were looking the wrong way. All right, move that motor out of the way. I'm going to grab me an air grinder and make a lot of noise. For just a quick second, it should just slide right through there. You know, I left my air compressor on last night. My wife absolutely hates that because it'll wake her up in the middle of the night when it comes on. It's so loud. So let's see if we can just zip right through. Works better if the vise is tight. And that's it for that one. Everything looks clean back here. We didn't throwing the sparks the other way was a nice thing. All right, little bit of extra. I'm gonna hit my grinder and then I'm gonna hit the sander. So let's go do that. All right, all I was doing was knocking off the big stuff and then smoothing it a little bit. I'm gonna go over to a sander here and take care of it there. Make it ultra flat. The sanding belt on it, so it does a really good job of smoothing things. All right, I've got this edge smooth, but there's something in the hole. Not round, so round file next. Flew you through the air and we're back to the bench. It's not quite straight, but let's see how this comes off and on. If I can screw it off pretty easily and screw it on pretty easily, I'm gonna call that a win. Okay, I can certainly feel that there was a little bit of thread misalignment there, but it's now going very smoothly. We're working to get it on. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, that's a win. That's nice right there. All right. Again, I'm going to check the back, see if there's any grit back here. No, it's good. That's nice. All right. So far, we haven't contaminated anything. Now I'm going to put it back on and see how long our shaft needs to be. Like butter. All right. Now, how do I know how long this one is? Well, they kind of put one sticking out there the way it's supposed to be. And I'm going to take I'm going to find one of the wiper blades and see how far it goes on. So it comes with these things. Let's get her out of the bag. It looks like I'm going to need about 1/2 inch, maybe not quite that much. I got a nice tight little bolt there. Got some grease on my hands now. I'm not going to loosen that. I'll be right back with a wrench. Hey, can any of you guys guess the size of that bolt? You're right. 10 millimeter. Oh, 10 millimeter on a Ford, on a 46 Ford. Doesn't seem right. I got that bolt all the way loose and that doesn't want to go in there. Oh, there it goes. When the bolt falls out, it goes in. But there you can see we have at least 1/8 of an inch, maybe 3/16 left over. So I'm actually going to make it just a little bit shorter on that one. I'm only going to stick out, so 5/8 is what we're going to shoot for. That's a little bit shorter than it is right now. And that one, that's the one we're shortening. Oh, we went too far. There's 5/8. All right, where's my marking pen? Here it is. I want 5/8 sticking out. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I just laid my marking pen or my calipers down here, and I'm just going to lay this on here and eyeball 5/8. And that is right on the line, so I'm going to cut just above it, and that way I can round trim and make it fit where I want it. Once again, I'm going to clamp on this side, cut on the other. So we're moving over here again. And once again, we're going to make some noise. Air compressor kicked on. All right, same thing, grinder, belt sander. Looks pretty good. Happy with it. Let's go back to the bench, reassemble it. I'll tell you what, that looks like it's sticking out too far. Maybe I mismeasured a little bit. But that does, doesn't it? To you? Compare it to the other one. I wanted it an 1/8 inch shorter, and I made it the exact same length. Wonderful. Oh, so now I got to cut a little bit more off of that. I don't think you want to watch the whole thing all over again, so we'll be right back. Okay, here we are. That's the motor. Look through the glove box. You can see it right there. And then on the top, it's sticking through right here. Okay, we have our rubber washer, our beveled washer, our flat washer, and our nut right there. And then I've marked it with black because I'm going to shorten this up. I don't want that much sticking out. You know, it's just a truck, but I like it to look good if I can make it good. And if I'm taking that much off here, I got to take the same amount off up here. So I'm going to do that to this one, make that one way over on the desk, match it, and then I'm going to install them both. And we'll see that shortly. Hey, look at that. Windshield wipers. And yes, they do work. They say automatic stopper. Now I don't know what that means, but when you turn them on, they start going. When you shut them off, they stop wherever they're at. So maybe this on-off switch is an automatic stopper. I don't know. There is a switch on the back of them that says on and off. And maybe if you use that one, they would park or something, or I don't know. But because they're under the dash and up high, you're not likely going to use those. So I just have them set both to on, and then there's a switch on the dash right there. And the original one, you can see that one over there. That's what the original switches looked like. They were just they just turn back and forth, and they're not electrical. They just have a little arm. It's about 1 inch long and it moves, and that just moved a vacuum solenoid thing that turned the vacuum on and off. So I wasn't able to use that, but this will work. Thanks for watching.